You are Jan Dolsky, a builder on a mining mission for a substance called Rapidium. When your crew dies on entry, you wake alone on a bleak gray planet where the sun itself can bake you to a crisp. Salvation lies in a towering wheel-shaped base, your new home, your fortress, and your prison. Inside the base is a quantum computer and a chamber called the Womb. Feed it Rapidium, and you spawn alters, clones of Jan, each shaped by a different life choice. One Jan became a scientist, another stayed with his wife, a third stood up to his father. They share your face, your DNA, and your name. But none share your story. Not really. And they matter. Managing their moods, their needs, their grudges, and their scars is as vital as mining metal or weaving radiation filters. Skip a meal, skip a conversation, skip their birthday gift, and you'll watch them sulk, rebel, or die. The game's heartbeats in those moments. Late night chats in the lounge, beer pong tournaments to relieve stress, awkward attempts at consolation. You end up worrying about these Jans the way you'd worry about a friend, because, in a twisted way, they are your friends. But this doesn't feel like a gimmick, it feels real. Alex Jordan's voice work gives each Jan a distinct tone, a unique cadence, a personality you can't ignore. When Engineer Jan complains about back pain, or Botanist Jan reminisces about his imaginary wife, you believe it, you feel it, mechanically. The Alters is a survival base builder with a kinetic twist. By day, you assign jobs in the 2.5D interior, workshops, gardens, labs, mess halls. By night, you venture out in third person, scanning for veins of organics, metals, and Rapidium. Build rigs, daisy chain pylons, harvest enough to keep the base and your altars alive. All in real time, while the sun inches closer, each minute a lifeline or a noose. It's tense, it's addictive, but it's also flawed. The base feels cramped once it grows. Chasing Jans down the corridors becomes a stroke-inducing loop of elevator rides and map checking. Resource gathering can turn into button mash busywork, especially when the next upgrade hinges on one more rock fragment. And the final chapter loses some of its desperation, trading sweat for exposition more than I would have liked. Even so, the narrative lifts you higher than any flaw can pull you down. The Alters isn't just about getting home. It's about confronting every path you never walked. It's about facing regret in the face, asking whether survival is enough, or if we need redemption too. When my base finally rolled out of that crater toward the rendezvous point, I felt equal parts relief and sorrow. Relief because the nightmare was over. Sorrow because I knew those Jans would fade. Unless I replayed, unless I made new choices, unless I dared to find every branch of that quantum tree. This is not an easy game. It's not a casual jaunt. It's a study in anxiety, in consequence, in empathy brought into impossible skills. But for anyone who's ever asked what ifs and longed for an answer, this game delivers. It's a gem of indie storytelling, a survival challenge, and a philosophical mirror all in one. I scored a 9 out of 10, and I can easily recommend it to all as it is a must-play.